beyond banking. Make I give you the updates. We not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. You know go for your hand. Auntie brother open na the way. Anything we can solve on it. Super fast transactions speed. Networking not the sleep. Run and one time is done. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
We're kicking some folks out of the market this season.
I tell you, okay, everyone else in this bed with me, they're losers.
We're the station that beats all the competition. And we'll prove it as soon as we hear any competition.
105.5 Splash.
Morning to you, wherever you are. This is Splash 105.5 FM, is your integrity station. I am happy to be right here with you. Welcome to the conversation. On the conversation, what we do right here is to take a look at issues around our country, Nigeria, examine these issues through the lens of the newspaper, and we try to discuss the issues. So, there are always issues that have to do with all of us. Welcome to the program. I'm live on Facebook. It's the conversation. You can join me live on Facebook on Splash FM 1055. Splash FM 1055. That is the platform where you can join me on the program today. Splash FM 1055. So what do we have for you today? We'll take a look at the issues very quickly. I have a post on Facebook that I'd like you to make comment on. I've seen you, Ajasa Lanre, on our Facebook page now. The national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Senator Yochayu, has stepped aside as the chairman of the party, and he has been replaced by the deputy national chairman, North Umar Ilya Damagum. I'll bring you details of that in a moment. Now, Tinubu nominated Bagudu Edo as reps on Presidential Transition Council, says SGF. So the transition has started, and Boss Mustafa yesterday said Buhari won't spend an extra day in office. So I guess that is to assure those who were still skeptical about President Buhari, whether he will extend his tenure or not. So Boss Mustafa is giving you assurance this morning. Orji Kalu says to Buhari, you can't go into full retirement after May 29. He said APC needs you. But does Nigeria need him? Okay. Orji said that President Buhari should immediately constitute the BOT of the APC, and the party should consider making President Buhari the chair of the BOT. I mean, that's within their party, isn't it? I mean, that's within the APC. Petrol price shall be, wait for it, 400 naira a litre after subsidy removal, says Pengasan. So Pengasan is telling us that we should brace up, that by June, July, we might be buying a litre of petrol for, wait for it, 400 naira. So how much do you buy now? I mean, on the average, people buy 230 naira, some 195. I was surprised that I saw like 4 or 5 stations, fuel stations on Saturday selling at 195, and the queues were not too many, 3, 5, 10 cars. NNPC is no longer experiencing that long, harrowing, winding queues again. And so, well, what do you say to that? Like Salary here says, removing subsidy is not a bad idea, but government should look into how they are going to cushion the effect on common man. Have this government or any government at all been able to cushion the effect of inflation on the common man? Beyond these hands out, why haven't we heard about the handout again? All these 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira they're giving people. I mean, why haven't we heard about it? Abiodun Falaye said, the election had come and gone, but the lessons well learned. Okay, what are the lessons, Abiodun Falaye? Can you highlight the lessons for me so all of us could learn from you? It's part of the conversation. What are the lessons that we've learned from that election, if you want to go that route? So, well, welcome again. Let's do this together. It's Splash 105.5 FM. Punch is reporting this morning, suspension, IU heads for court as PDP appoints acting chair. But there's a twist to it. There's a very small twist to these IU saga. And if you ask me the twist, I'll bring it to you now. Let me go into my audio files. There is this one that talked about, the community of people who suspended him are saying to Nigerians now that they were not aware of his sack, that those people that came together to put up that sack did not do it with the approval, yes, with the approval of the party. And so we'll look at those things on the program in a moment. But let's take a look at some of the stories that we have right here. Stop fuel subsidy, revive refineries, Pengasan tells government. So let's take a slice of that story quickly. The Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria yesterday called on the federal government to stop subsidizing premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol. It also called on the government to ensure the speedy rehabilitation of Nigeria's refineries, stressing that this will help ease the hardship that could arise from the halt of fuel subsidy. Pengasan President Festus Osifo disclosed this while speaking with journalists at the National Executive Council meeting of the association in Abuja. Asked whether Pengasan was in support of fuel subsidy removal in absence of any functional domestic refinery, Osifo replied, yes. He says some things must be considered, adding that today you look at the cost of importation of PMS and even the cost to produce locally, because the primary source is crude, and that crude is sold at international price. The crude costs contribute over 80 to 90% of the overall PMS cost. What that means is that even if we produce it at home, the cost will still probably be almost the same, because he's saying that 90% of the overall PMS cost is caused by the cost of the crude. In other words, whatever this, how much they sell crude, or how much we will sell crude to Dangote will be the same price that those in Switzerland or other countries will buy crude from us. Is that what it means? On why it is vital to rehabilitate refineries fast, Osifo said this will assist in ensuring adequate fuel supply across the country. So it didn't say it will ensure a reduction in price, but it will simply give us adequate fuel supply. He explained that functional local refineries will not only increase the country's revenue base, It will also provide more job opportunities as well as end the uncertainties in the fuel subsidy regime and product importation. Olabode Anthony Ajayi says, good morning, Akinola. 400 naira per litre, the removal of subsidies should come with reliefs on food and medicine. This to determine the standard of living. But Olabode Anthony, how? Who will reduce the price of food? I mean, when you jack up the price of petrol to 400 naira, do you think rice will remain at 1,300 naira at Congo? I don't think so. You think bread will retain the big loaf, 1,200 naira that we are buying it right now? Maybe not. Well, top of the morning to you, Oluwaseun Akinola. Welcome to the conversation. Thank you, Obasharun. Top of the morning to you as well, and welcome to the program. I like to hear from you. I like to read from you. Facebook is live. Join me. I'm right here. Bosu is also here with me. So together we're hosting you. So bring your comment. Let's talk about these issues. What do you feel about 400 naira a litre for petrol? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for it? I mean, are you gearing up for the ripples effect of buying petrol for 400 naira a litre? All right, so let's do this together. Now, I'm looking at the cable newspaper, Ihedioha. Ihedioha withdraws from Imo PDP governorship primary, and Lagos to discontinue 50% slash in bus fares by April the 1st. And Oji Kalu to Buhari, you can't go into full retirement after May 29. That's coming from Oji Uzo Kalu. Now, the race for the Senate presidency for the 10th Assembly is on. And I've seen Oji Kalu coming publicly to say he wants to be Senate president. Sani Musa wants to be Senate president. And they are already hustling and jostling for this position. Let's listen to Oji Kalu. And he is recommending what he wants Buhari to do after leaving the office, even here.
Party man, and I will respect his view. If he said I will not go, I will drop my ambitions. After all, I didn't make myself chief whip. To me, it's my turn. Yes, I said so, but turn can be spoiled by the bigger boys. You see, now the leagues are different. You know, you have the Premier League, you have the other small league. So the people in the big league can stop me even when it's my turn. But I think that I will be a solution to what they're looking for. I suggested to the president, I say, we cannot allow you to rest. I'm going to be consulting the party. The party should bring back our board of trustees or something that looks like it, so that Mr. President will be chairman of the board of trustees of the party, so that every 4 or 5 months he will come and see how the party is doing. We cannot just leave the party empty-handed. It was done on the young days of ANC, so that the president will still be part of the conscience of the party, so that we will have somebody to run to when we have problems in the party. Because it's just God that saves our party. That is the truth. God saves our party because the quarrel inside the party is so much. The rancor is so much. It's just God that saved this party.
Okay, so you just had Oji Uzo Kalu right there trying to let us know what he wants to do. He wants to be the Senate president. Now, Boss Mustafa is also talking on President Muhammadu Buhari. But before we go to Boss Mustafa, let's hear what Sani Musta also said, because he wants to be Senate president.
Declare my intention when I see the zoning. But for now, my intent is to go for the presidency of the Senate. But in any case, we want a country where everyone will feel at home and united. And I strongly believe that the zoning policy that the party will come up with will address all the issues, especially the issues that came after the Muslim ticket. I'm sure it will be addressed. And once that is done, I believe that we members of the National Assembly, we will queue in and decide then to make a formal declaration.
Right, so you heard Sani Musa. Sani Musa is a Nigerian politician and the senator representing Niger East Senatorial District of Niger State at the 9th Assembly. And so people are still jostling for this power, and that's what they're thinking about right now. The only thing that makes sense to them is that they want to be Senate President. They're not even thinking about that we're going to buy fuel for 400 naira a litre. So that's what they are thinking about, who will become the Senate President. But if you look at history, in 24 years of our democracy, from 1999 to 2023, Southeast from the PDP was the Senate President, 1999. In 1999 to 2000, Southeast PDP there. 2000 to 2003, Southeast again. 2003 2005, Southeast. 2005 to 2007, Southeast PDP. It was until 2007 that it moved to North Central, and 2015, North Central, 2019, Northeast APC, and then 2023, who will be next? So that's the scorecard there for you. So Senate President Senator Sani Musa declares interest, and that is something that we found on the page of our newspaper this morning. So let's go to the issue of Ayu. Ayu has stepped down. So let's listen to what the committee from his ward. You know, when we played that audio on Monday and on Tuesday, I knew something was fishy about it. I even said it on air, that there's something about these guys when you look at them, you know, on the camera. Somebody probably was directing them on Monday. On Tuesday, somebody said that they were kidnapped. Now today, you heard that we had no idea that they were suspended. It wasn't our plan. But so let's do this. Oluwaseun Akinola and the man from Benue State.
That the APC and its candidates haven't realized that they cannot defeat Governor Fintiri in the 69 polling units, given his popularity and determination of the people, are now putting pressure on INEC to alter already collated and declared results in other polling units where no...
Thank you for being there with us. Apologies for that. Let's go for a break, actually. When we return, I'll bring that audio for you. Stay with us.
Splash FM 105.5.
The Giants are here and now. Watch as the powerhouses on the Big East roof battle for the fame, the glory, and $100,000. It's intrigue, it's romance, gossips, and the big drama. It's 24/7 Niger and Sauti sets to take over your screen. Tune in to Big Brother Titan, showing on DSTV 198 and Africa Magic. Get DSTV and download my DSTV app to reconnect today. Big Brother Titans is rated 18. Headline sponsored Bamboo, Flutterwave, and Loto Star.
In my 25 years of practice as an obstetrician, I get asked a lot of questions from expectant and pregnant mothers. One regular question is, what supplement is good for me and my baby during pregnancy? I always recommend Oberon 6 because of the positive feedback I've gotten from my patients over the years. Oberon 6 contains essential minerals and vitamins necessary for the healthy development of baby and mother before, during, and after pregnancy. Give you and your baby the nutrients you deserve with Oberon 6. Oberon 6. Healthy mother, healthier baby.
If you have ever had to pay out of your pocket to repair your car after an accident, you know how painful it is, especially these days that money isn't easy to come by. Now is the best time to insure those things you care about, your car, house, businesses, and other valuables. Let Hayes Insurance take care of the bill rather than spending your hard-earned money to replace or repair your valuables. If your property is stolen, Hayes Insurance will pay to replace it. If there is a fire, Hayes Insurance will pay to fix the damage. If your property is dented in an accident, Hayes Insurance will take care of the bill. This is truly the best time to insure the things you care about. Call Hayes Insurance, that is HEIRS, on 0700 434 7746 or WhatsApp chat on 0912 222 2200. You can also visit www.hayesinsurance.com for more information.
Ẹ̀yin ọmọ yìí, ó máa dá àkàrà nǹkan díẹ̀ sílẹ̀ fún Ramadan yìí. Ó yá kí ni kára.
Èso. Ewébẹ̀, ẹ má gbàgbé ìṣara lóore àwọn màmá o. 3 crowns milk.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, agolo mílìkì 3 crowns mẹ́ta.
Rárá o, 6.
Ó dáa. Torí kó jẹ́ màmá, á ra agolo mílìkì 3 crowns mẹ́jọ.
Ìṣúra aláìlẹ́gbẹ́ làwọn màmá. Torí náà, fẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sí màmá pẹ̀lú 3 crowns milk lákòókò Ramadan yìí.
3 crowns milk, ìlera àwọn màmá, ayọ̀ ẹbí.
Honey, must you go?
Babe, you know I must. Besides, you can always video call me.
Hey, what if your battery runs out?
I've got my power bank.
Hey, and when your power bank runs out?
Babe, I've got my laptop.
Okay, wait. What if your data runs out?
Babe, you know we never run out of data.
Never run out of data with Airtel Home Broadband Unlimited Ultra plans. Enjoy unlimited data with no speed cap plus extra data daily, so you never have to worry about running out. Visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to get started.
Babe, but I just left the house.
Yes, honey. It's video calling all the way.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project or your State Ministry of Health.
The holy month of Ramadan is here again. A month to submit to the will of Allah. A month to share, to care, and most importantly, a month of goodness. Start and end well with the goodness of peak milk at Sahur and Iftar to stay nourished every day.
Serve goodness this Ramadan with the delicious nourishment of peak milk every day. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Beyond banking. Say you need something. When they beyond banking, make I give you the updates. When not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. No go for your hand. Auntie, brother, open now the way. Anything we can solve on it. Super fast transactions speed. Networking not the sleep. Run and one time is stop. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
Every day is a good day when you've got what it takes. Cowbell evaporated milk gives your body what it needs. Clean up, restore. Happy Cowbell Day, creamy goodness.
delicious milk that is carefully formulated to retain its creaminess and great taste.
So creamy, so good.
Cowbell evaporated milk. So creamy, so good.
Splash FM 105.5.
The fact is, those people that you saw there, even by their countenance, you know that they were not doing that willingly. They have been coerced. Up till now, they have been kidnapped. Their whereabouts are unknown. Their family don't know where they are since Sunday morning. Their phones are off. They are completely been kidnapped and kept somewhere. You see, so they are doing this thing under threat of their life. So it is not, they cannot do it on their own because they are all loyalists of Senator Oyu. As you can see them, you saw them, they are behaving as if they are mourning, as if they are in a funeral house. So that, we don't take that to be a very serious matter. The fact, and then there's another fact that maybe they are acting out of ignorance or they just want to cause mischief. I mean the governor and his associates. Because the constitution of the PDP is very clear. Section 57, 7, sub 7 says that only the National Executive Committee has powers of disciplinary action against the national officers of the party, the president and the vice, the governor and deputy and members of the National Assembly and State Assembly. The World ESCO has suspended the national chairman. You know.
All right, we thank you for being there with us. Ayu is gone now, and he has also gone to court. He has approached the court to also challenge his suspension. But we see where this will, eventually lead to. But there are questions around this. So you mean Ayu could be suspended? You mean Ayu could step aside? So why didn't that happen, when the G5 were forming, and asking for his resignation? And so now the court restrained him from parading himself as a chair, and then the National Working Committee came together or the NEC came together and said, okay, you have to step aside, and he was replaced after a crushing defeat. Well, I have a time check to take, and when I return, Jumoke Edo will join me. Stay with us.
It's 7 a.m.
Start your day
with a cup of rich Lipton Yellow Label tea.
Splash FM 105.5.
Right, welcome back. Section 57, subsection 7 of the PDP Constitution did not vest a word chapter with powers to discipline or sanction a national officer of Ayu's status. And said that power is only vested in the National Executive Committee, NEC, of the party, which invariably is the highest decision-making organ of the party. That's what they said the Constitution says. Jumoke, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, everyone in the studio.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
All right. I'd like you to speak to the brouhaha in the PDP. If Ayu could step aside now, if NEC has the power to suspend him, why didn't they do that for the sake of their political party when 5 governors, were demanding for his resignation?
When political parties are about to, when they lose intellectual and legal dynamic of good political strategy, ingenuity on the table at that time, you could also see the way we flagrantly, as a people, undermine the laws, the constitution that guides wherever we are. And it is one of the unmaking of PDP. It has been the unmaking of PDP. APC is also having that of making as much as possible. And I think when you look at party politics in Nigeria, one of the things they've never submitted themselves to is to follow the constitution or the bylaws or whatever guides their parties.
All right. Smart Michael said, good morning. When you started the program, you quoted someone interviewed saying removing subsidy is not a problem if the government could cushion the effect on the common man. My question is, does this government know the definition of common man? Do they even know common man exists? Removing subsidy is not a problem, but can you trust that process with a government that jack up on price from 87 naira to 250 naira and still make the country worse? Trust no good to come out from us buying at 400 naira shilling. This government is of the rich, by the rich, and for the rich. That's Smart Michael. I was equally asking the question, if by any reason we've had a government who is empathetic enough to want to cushion the effect of inflation on the people. So now we are knowing that we may be buying fuel from June for 400 naira a litre.
For me, I've been reflecting a lot on the price of fuel and generally what we have in terms of leadership again. And I narrowed it down to something. When we look at other systems, we say we are practicing democracy. For now, I'm beginning to look at gerontocracy and its effect on leadership for us. If you look at the fintechs, the banks, the private sector, look at the age of CEOs and leadership there, you see serious push downwards. And you want to see a balance in it, maybe at public service, at governance level. It is not happening just that way. There's need for infusion of blood that has knowledge, that has control more, and we are really grappling with issues of people who can follow policy through with strength. Somebody told me something recently and said, if somebody cannot spend 12 hours of good intellect working in an office, that person does not deserve to be at the helm of leadership of a lot of our agencies. And that person made a very simple analysis. The number of files that come into an office a day that needs to be attended to. That is one. Two is that we are at a place where I will take us back. We don't have consequences. Our laws, we have turned ourselves into just potty, me and my friend, paddy kind of governance. If you look at the kind of thing Emefiele just did to us and is apologizing, there needs to be a consequence. That's why I've asked for a review many times. If there is no consequence, somebody is talking about increasing fuel. I can see only 2 states talking about public transport. Yesterday I was reviewing a proposal talking about just one of those 2 states again, looking at digitalizing transport systems. We don't have thinking leaders. We lack a system that allows quality ideas to actually emanate and change our lives. Therefore, as they are talking about this, they've been talking about it for almost 1 year now. There is no clear plan on exiting from subsidy. Subsidy has been on in this country for more than 10-15 years, if I'm not mistaken. There is no clear exit plan. Somebody should be at the drawing table to look at what are all the various gaps that this is going to bring about in public transport system, in pricing of food, in healthcare, in all the sectors, and should be proposing solutions, should be proposing alternatives. If the alternatives are already there, make them clear. Let us see them in infographics, blueprint. Let people at this level, low level, middle level income, high level income, know that these are the things that I can plug into. But again, I mean, it seems like it's only in the studio that we are doing too much thinking. There's nobody in the houses of assembly, nobody in the at the executive is at the judiciary is putting a lawyer should be in court now saying you are threatening Nigerians with subsidy. Let us know what exactly is the roadmap for this subsidy. If you don't give us a roadmap, we want the court to put a stop on the executive and the legislative concerning
the only thing we hear is that they're going to remove it, and this is how much we're going to buy. They told us that it's a drain, it's a strain on our income, and that spending so much money on fuel subsidy.
Oh, Sean, we are not a monarchy. We are not in a monarchy where you make pronouncements, where you just pass down these things. Even in a monarchy, people come, they have consultative cabinets, they deliberate. And they make known through their spokesperson the outcomes of their deliberation. Quality of deliberation in democracy is one of the attractions of democracy, putting it to vote. So if it has actually been put to vote that subsidy must go ahead, what is in the system?
So
if 2 out of 36 states are the only states that are doing something about public transport system, a major
even Lagos that put a slash on the price of transportation in Lagos, public transport. I said by April you will pay for the full price. Do we have an organized public transport system that can cater for the need of the poor in this country? Do we have? I know the answer to that, but the question I'm asking, we don't have. And so how is government going to cushion the effect of 400 naira a litre of petrol on the poor, on haulage, on transportation of goods and services?
Food prices.
Food prices, yes.
On production,
when I said
on
haulage,
industry.
Exactly. When I say haulage, I know that's transporting food materials from the farm to the table, to the market. It is going to impact on the price. I know that. I always say this on radio. You are not going to buy bread at 700 naira that you buy now, or 650 right now that you buy it, if the price of petrol goes to 400 naira a litre.
Because of you and I in the studio, we are doing newspaper reviews all the time. We can see the efforts being made in the rail system, in the rail transport system. We can see efforts being made in the waterways transport system only in Lagos, not so much so in the other riverine communities. I've had opportunities to look at newer national inland waterways, and I know that there isn't much going on there in other parts of the country. In fact, they are having huge challenges regarding security on Nigerian waterways. The rail system, if they give you security detail report on the rail system, you wouldn't touch our rail system.
Okay. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this matter. I'd like to hear you speak with me.
Quickly, just to add to what we've been saying. So, if I were, because I for lack of what to actually propose, if I were part on the committee of subsidy, what I would be thinking of is where are the major places where inflation and removal of subsidy, where subsidy is likely to impact inflation, and what are the mitigation efforts that should be on board. Strategize the population, or cut the population into 3 levels.
What we read or what we've read does not look like we think this way. Okay.
I think we do think this way. We think this way.
Hello.
We only cannot function that way.
Okay, let's see who is here. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this matter now, this morning. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining me.
Yes, I'm Oluwaseun Julius.
Oluwaseun Julius, welcome. 1 minute.
Now, Oluwaseun, either we want it or not, the removal of subsidy now is a reality that has come to stay with us as a country. But what is really important is what Jumoke have just said now, that government should look into the areas that subsidy removal will be very harsh on Nigerians and look for a way of mitigating and bringing palliative to that aspect. The issue of electricity, the issue of transport, and other things, or else from 400 naira. As at now, Oluwaseun, Nigerians are drowning. When it's now 400 naira, the ripple effect will be virtually on everything. the economy as a whole. And Nigerians, I don't know what will happen. They will now be having acquisition pain that will be paining them very well, even in their body. Government must be realistic in the removal of subsidy and come out plainly to Nigerians that they are ready to make Nigerians happy, or else.
Thank
we
you.
need a Senate president that will be serious this time around, not rubber stamp the way we have it in Ninth Assembly. A Senate president that will be ready to fight for Nigerians, argue issue out, and place it better for Nigerians, not rubber stamp. Good morning. God bless you.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Oluwaseun Julius. We're still live on Facebook. We'd like to hear your thoughts. So join us right now, 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for joining me. What's the name where you're calling me from?
My name is George. I'm calling you from Ologuero.
Welcome, George. You have 1 minute. Let's do this quickly.
Thank you very much. It pains me so much that after this suffering of Nigerians in making the politicians to get to office, all we are hearing now is about another suffering that they are proposing for Nigerians. They should think of what they should do for the masses and not only for themselves. We have arranged a job for them. Let them please give us rest before all these problems they are bringing in. They cannot just come and say remove subsidy. Who has been benefiting from the subsidy? Have we been benefiting from it? May God help this country.
Amen. Thank you, George. Well, I was shouting my head off during the campaign that the issues of the campaign, were not listening to them. Tinubu said that he will remove the subsidy. Obi said he will remove the subsidy. Atiku equally said subsidy will have to go. We were not talking at that time. All of us were just looking at them, listening and clapping and shouting and saying, our local unifier. We were not listening. Now it will happen. June is here and it will happen. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Tim. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, I think we should have a total look at this Buhari administration. We are having problem with the election now. It's about the work in Nigeria. He wants to start census next month. Another controversial project in Nigeria is census. And after that, by June, he wants to remove subsidies. Chaos and chaos and chaos. Can we now believe those who are saying that it's a plan for a military coup in this country to start through this administration?
We can't be. All right.
Look at the chain of events. Census is very controversial. He wants to start in May. Why did he do that 8 years ago? He said something is a scam in 2015. What does he want to do when he's going now, 2019? And the election for Labour is still there.
Okay.
All this together.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Labour will not increase the price, so Labour will go on cycle.
Yeah, Labour is threatening strike. I have to go. Labour is equally threatening strike. Maybe we'll continue this conversation at 8 o'clock. But do you see NLC going on strike? I mean, they just called it off. Do you see NLC biting this time?
I mean, one of the biggest travesty that the last set of governance has given is removal of pressure groups. They
decimated the pressure groups.
Totally. And so we are at a place now where when Labour says they want to go on strike, nothing is happening. Civil society is there and headless. ASU has been a very selfish organ all the while, and they hold just their own end of the stick so tight.
I hope you are ready for ASU when they come for you. Anyway, thank you. Good morning. And the lady in the studio, all theft must be totally stopped if the oil subsidy will be removed. Taiwo Sunday. We don't even understand the gamut of all of these things and the implications when it become. But I have to go. I will return at 8 o'clock. We might further this discussion when I come back. Jumoke, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bosun, thank you so much for your help this morning. I will be back at 8. Good morning. May Nigeria survive. I'm Oluwaseun Akinola.
Splash FM 105.5.
fífi ẹsẹ̀ lásán rìn lórí ìkoríko lójoojúmọ́ dára fún ọ. Torí pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀dá èèyàn, ó ṣe pàtàkì fún wa láti súnmọ́ ìṣẹ̀dá. Mímọ̀ ìtara oòrùn láwọ̀ ara rẹ àti bí atẹ́gùn ṣe ń súfèé létí rẹ ìjọnilójú gbáà ni. Nítorí pé mò ń gbé pẹ̀lú ìṣẹ̀dá sì ń gbénú mi. Mo nílò mílíìkì tó kún fún dídára ìṣaralóore láti ṣagbátẹrù ìgbé ayé mi. Mílíìkì ọ̀hún ni Coast Milk. Torí náà, tẹ̀síwájú láti máa jẹ̀gbádùn ìrètí Coast Milk lónìí.
Coast Milk. It's in our nature.
Beyond banking. Say you need something. When they beyond banking, make I give you the update. When not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. No go for your hand. Auntie, brother, open now the way. Anything we go solve money. Super fast transactions, networking,